Next person is Dr. Vincent Carroll from Sandymount. He's been a doctor for 30 years and bravely stood against the mainstream narrative to oppose the lockdown and the mandatory vaccination of people against their free will. Ladies and gentlemen, the Carja, Dr. Vincent Carroll.
2 miles from this building, 2 miles from the arguments why he is there, but what I want to say very plainly is homage to that man. And to demonstrate that homage, I propose we stand in silence for a short period of time at attention to recognize his sacrifice. At ease, folks, now we can think about where we are at. We know out there are people who want to tell us what to say, what to think, what to write, almost what to dream about. That is control, control, control. There are those who want to control every aspect of our lives, every aspect of our thinking, every aspect of our interaction with our friends, our neighbours, our family, society in general. There are those who want to dominate our lives. There are those who want to say, you may say this, but you may not say that. That's not the Irish way. That's not our way. We're a nation given to debate. We're a nation given to respectful debate in which we respect other people's opinions and we debate and we discuss, and that's part of our national identity. But there are those who want to globalise that identity by squashing that identity out, by eliminating the unique characteristics of our great and historic people into some sort of a globalist blob, some sort of a blob that shows no uniqueness, no identity, nothing special. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, all nations have, and that should be respected. And I celebrate the diversity between nations, and I condemn the globalist view that we are all one, speak as one, think as one, say as one. That's not us. As a nation, as a people, we have stood for hundreds of years struggling to preserve our identity in the shadow of bigger neighbours. But now, for the last century, we've had our own independence, we've had our own way of doing things up to a point, but ever since the 1970s, that has been whittled away. Ever since the 1980s, that whittling has been accelerated. Ever since the last number of years, that uniformity which is coming in has been enormously accelerated to such an extent that the uniqueness and the unique values of our dear nation are now in peril. I say stand up for our nation, stand up for our people, stand up for our history, and stand up for our culture.
Woo! Well done, Dr. Vincent Carroll.
I believe in respect. I believe in respecting the diversity between nations, the great French nation, the great Polish nation, the great Slovakian nation. I respect all nations. I see all nations as equal but different. And I want to celebrate that difference. I want to acknowledge that difference. I want to learn from that difference, and I want to contribute into that difference. But we are different, and that difference should be recognized, and I say celebrate it. But our enemies are everywhere. Our enemies are those that have been purchased, those that have been bought off, those with vested interest, those with fingers in various pies, undeclared and beneath the surface, beneath the radar, not easily spotted, but they are there, those who benefit from selling out this country from under our very feet. I say no to that, but we need to be vigilant, we need to be alert, we need to be concerned, we need to be active to throw our arms around this dear nation and to protect our nation that has nourished us, that has brought us up, that has inspired us, and now we owe to this great nation our loyalty, and we owe to this great nation our affection, and I pledge that to my land. But that does not say the same for everybody. There are those out to undermine us. There are those seduced by globalism. There are those seduced by Brussels. I often say Brussels dictates and Dublin obeys. What sort of an independent nation is that? How have we got to that dreadful sense where another nation or group of nations or group of globalists can say, you shall do this, you shall do that, and we jump to attention rather than look to our history, look to our culture and ask the simple question, what is best for our people? Our heritage of surnames goes back thousands of years. We are unique in Europe. We guided Europe through the dark ages. We saved it from the dark ages of the disintegrating Roman Empire, where we were a land of saints and scholars, where our saints went abroad to found centres of great learning throughout Europe. We saved Europe. We shall do so again. But first and foremost, we must save ourselves from those within us who will betray us, who will sell us, who will demolish us if allowed to do so. But as a great people, as a risen people, as an historic people, we will stand together shoulder to shoulder. We shall help each other, listen to each other, support each other, and onwards we will go in ultimate victory to save our nation and also to save Europe as well from the path of destruction under which it is going. We all pay a price. In my particular case, and I have campaigned on this issue, all doctors in Ireland are registered with the Medical Council, all 21,000 of us. 7 or 8 of us have spoken out against the narrative. 7 or 8 of us are facing punishment as a result of that. But to my shame, 21,000 of us have remained silent because the Medical Council has threatened them with their livelihood, threatened to take their livelihood away if they should speak outside of the narrative. That's another form of control. That's another form of suppression of free speech. They will not suppress my free speech. They know that, and Medical Council, I am squaring up to you, and you will not succeed. But they are only one globalist body. What about the World Health Organization's pandemic treaty? My background is public health medicine. I've got a higher qualification in public health medicine. And I know I spend most of my professional life fairly unaware of the WHO, the World Health Organization. But now, under the control of their leader, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, a doctor of philosophy incidentally, he has been described as a criminal by his own parliament. The Global Index on Terrorism describes him as a terrorist. His own parliament has described him as a terrorist. And yet that man is chief executive president of the World Health Organization. And he wants to bring in a pandemic treaty that this country has agreed to sign without even the words being published as of yet. because it will take away sovereignty, health sovereignty from the Irish people. Do we have economic sovereignty? Do we have even cultural sovereignty? Little by little by little, our country has been sold from under our feet to the globalists. I say take it back, and it begins with free speech. If you cannot express your point of view, if you cannot say it as it is, if your Christian conscience does not permit you to state things as they are. Look at our teacher friend Enoch Burke, trying to promote civilizing values and an advocate of free speech. And where is he now? In a cell in Mountjoy. Words can be powerful. Words can be used against you, but also you can use words to redeem this country, to redeem our society, to redeem our freedom, our faith, our nation and our people. And I say we shall do that without compromise, without yielding. And I say God bless Ireland.
Woo! Well done, Dr. Vincent Carroll. Woohoo! Well done.
Thank you. No.